Austin. We have our first 7 questions, and you know what they are, so you're ready to answer them, but answer them audibly if you would. Have you adhered to applicable laws and regulations governing conflict of interest?
I have.
Will you ensure that your staff complies with deadlines established for requested communications, including questions for the record in hearings?
I will.
Will you cooperate in providing witnesses and briefers in response to congressional requests?
I will.
Will those witnesses be protected from reprisal for their testimony or briefings?
They will.
Do you agree, if confirmed, to appear and testify upon request before this committee?
I do.
And do you agree to provide documents, including copies of electronic forms of communication, in a timely manner when requested by a duly constituted committee, or to consult with the committee regarding the basis for any good faith delay or denial in providing such documents?
I do.
And have you assumed any duties or undertaking any actions which would appear to presume the outcome of the confirmation process?
I have not.
Thank you very much. As Secretary Panetta clearly stated, there's not a time in the past that we've had more threats than we're facing today. And throughout my tenure as chairman, this committee is focused on ensuring that the DOD's authorities and resources it needs to implement the National Defense Strategy. This document is a document that means a lot to all of us here. It's been our blueprint we've used since 2018. It's put together by 6 knowledgeable Democrats, 6 knowledgeable Republicans, and it's served as our blueprint. And I would assume that you would continue to do that. As the Secretary of Defense, second in chain of command, you'd be responsible and accountable to the President of the United States and to the American people for implementing this strategy. I look forward to learning how you will drive military readiness for the strategic competition with China and Russia, which we've talked about at length here, how you will also handle some of the provocations from rogue nations like Iran and North Korea. Even worse is that our military's technology advantage has eroded. We're used to the old days when we had the best of everything, and that's not true anymore. We fell down a little bit. I know that between the years of 2010 and 2015, we were dropping our defense in terms of dollars down by about 25%, while China was increasing theirs, Mr. Austin, by 83%, and that's not acceptable. The nation and the Department of Defense is going to tackle this problem head on if we hope to preserve and defend our way of life from those who would do harm to us. Now, if confirmed, you would have the honor of leading a team of Americans who represent everything that is noble and best for our nation, our soldiers, our sailors, our airmen, Marines, space guardians, our military families. And by the way, on the military families, we always hear from those who are a little less enthusiastic about a strong national defense that we spend more than Russia and China put together. And there's a reason for that. The reason for that is we care about the families. We care about housing. We care about the largest single expense that we have in military is for our families, our military families. Now, in a communist country, you don't have that. They just give you a gun and said, go out and shoot people. So that's what we are concerned about, and we will continue to do that. Our many defense civil servants also sacrifice day in and day out for our national security and rarely get credit for they deserve. The department will require strong civilian leadership. For you to serve as the Secretary of Defense, Congress must provide an exception to the law that prohibits individuals from being appointed if they are within 7 years of their military service. Last week, this committee held a hearing on civilian control of the armed services, which I think it was instructive. I've never been all that concerned about the 7 years, but others have. I hope that you will share with the committee what actions you will take to ensure your tenure reflects and protects the principle of civilian control of the military if you are confirmed. We look forward to hearing your views on these and other important issues. Senator Reed.